Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Matthew Stafford carving them up. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content over there. Long form videos, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of nuanced, detailed depth about not only the quarterback position, but high level offensive and defensive football. So if you're interested, hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. Matthew Stafford, the Rams rolling. This first rep, 3rd and long, is ridiculous. We're going to get a shoulder shrug, and I'm going to say a no look too. Hard to know for sure here from this angle, but it sure looks like it's a no look. There's nobody that I can remember better than working the backside in consistently than Matthew Stafford. Now, he's been doing it for a long time at a really high level. But this throw, this throw is one of those ones where you really, I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. So this is the backside in. On the front side, they're going to rip. It's like an iteration of scissors here where it's like a corner stop. But what I want you to pay attention to here is at the back of this thing, the first thing here is we're going to shrug our shoulders. So we're going to shrug this way, trying to get these second level defenders to move to the right. Then we're going to come back here, and it sure looks like he is looking at the back on the check down. So then his eyes are going to be lined up to the back. And then he's going to throw it to the in. So again, just so we're all on the same page here, we're going to shrug left, we're going to look right, and then we're going to rip it right down the middle of the field. It's a lot, and it's awesome. And you just one of those reps where you just let it wash over you. So shrug, whoop, there it is. You can see the shoulder shrug. Whoop. Now he's looking to the back. The back's open, right? Nope, I'm going to rip the in. Look what it does to the second level defenders, and then I'll let it play one time. I just want you to watch what the eyes do to these players. So when you come out here and you're looking at the back, so you're staring at the back, all these guys move, and it then creates this void for us to rip the in right behind it. This is about as high level as you will ever see. This is one of those like 7-on-7 reps that you can't believe is happening in a really meaningful down and distance. I'll let it play the whole time so you can let this thing wash over you. Shrug, look off, no look. Oh, strike, driven down the field, 3rd and long. Oh my God. This is awesome. It's a lot. Drive it. And we're throwing fastballs, right? Like it's ripping out of the screen. So shrug to the left, look to 23 in the backfield, and then rip it right down the middle of the field. Awesome. Wow. Next one here. Beautiful deep out up top. This really shows off the arm strength, driving this thing outside the numbers on the sideline, ripping it down the field. Just beautiful. Off the play fake. Now, is this the way that I think, a lot of other guys can do it? No. I think Matthew Stafford, when he's locked on, has got some really special arm talent, no doubt. Watch his back foot. Again, just one of those things where I don't think you would want to do it like this. So he hits his back foot right there and keeps going backwards. So he's just got the arm strength. Now he does reset again, so he gets like the extra hitch, a little bit of what I would consider inefficient movement, but it doesn't matter for Matthew Stafford. Like he has this kind of arm talent. And then again, don't need anticipation when you can throw an absolute heater on the sideline deep down the field. Just a beautiful throw. One of those things where there are a number of throws from Matthew Stafford, even in this game specifically, where you just kind of shake your head. Well done. Next one here, 3rd and 3 from the 3. I think this is one of those 4-point plays when the defense wins. I think he's got a few options here. The number 1 up top over the ball is probably where he's trying to go, and for whatever reason turns it down. I think he's also probably got Cooper coming out of that little loop return choice. But play this thing out. Is this thing over the ball available to him? Right there, maybe he's got 93 kind of reaching out for him. You see the left guard center take kind of an L right there. I think if he puts it on the 7 right there, that's probably a touchdown. But you can see that hand reaching out as he goes to throw it. I'd probably like to see him throw that ball. For whatever reason, he doesn't like it. By the time he comes back to it again, he's down the ground. So this concept is a really nice concept. We're going to start 2x2 stack, get to 1x3 kind of wide bunch, medium bunch. And what this play looks like is we're going to be working to the corner, to the flat. We're going to be working the back line. The number 1 is on over the ball. That really wasn't a good drawing. It's more of a kind of straight line sit, get your feet in the end zone right there. And then kind of the last option here, we've got Kupp kind of coming out here, and he ends up kind of, whether this is a choice or a loop or return, he kind of opens inside. So he's probably got a few choices here. I personally think the ball should probably go here. I bet if he played this over again, he wishes it would too. As he moves, he could probably go here, contested as well. So you've got some choices here, and just one of those things where it doesn't work out right here. You can see the potential, though, for it over the ball right there. I think that's open. We got to throw that ball. He looks like he's ready to go. For whatever reason, he doesn't. Now, maybe he's thinking about trying to work the back line to the guy in the point on the bunch, and he gets held a little. So only he knows what he's looking at right there. But 17, touchdown, 10 right there. If he's able to move and see him, touchdown. Again, super easy for me with a clicker and a pointer from home on a Wednesday. Tough in the NFL red zone, 3rd down. But you can see that there are options there. So I love to just kind of take a peek at the scheme and see, okay, obviously they've got some dudes on the perimeter that can create space. Matthew Stafford can sling it, right? No, down, tough. Nice win for the defense. Another missed opportunity here for Matthew Stafford and company. This is a bit of a unique one because they're going to eventually get to 1x3 nub, run what I'm used to calling a 3-2 swap dagger. Now, again, easy to see from the wide angle days later after the game. It's just one of those reps for me where I think I'm a little surprised that Matthew Stafford just doesn't step up and launch this thing to the post. Now, could he step up? Again, we talk about how important running back pass protection is right here. Kind of disrupts the whole play. If that back doesn't get walked back, he probably steps up and rips this thing down the field to 15. Could he, as he goes to escape, reset again and throw it right there? Probably a lot harder, so the pass pro impacting the outcome of this thing. But I really like the design of this play. This is one of those things you don't see a whole lot of in the league. I think of it as more of a college-y play, but this idea being where we're going to go nub. So we've got this inline tight end. Then on the backside, we've got these posts. So we're going to run what I'm used to calling a swap. So that's as the 17 becomes the number 1 receiver, he's running down the field. We're going to have the 3-2 swap. So these two are going to switch release. Now Kupp, the new number 2, is going to come up and run the dagger or the in. And the new number 3 is going to run across the field on this kind of clear or post. Now, in and of itself, you'd say all right, well, there's only really playing one side of the field. But because we've got this nub here, you have to be really conscious of the backside corner DB type. Because if it's man or they come up with any sort of play action, it can create a huge void back here that oftentimes gets exploited in the play action game. But you can also kind of get lulled to sleep and throw some bad picks because this guy doesn't have a responsibility if the tight end stays in or doesn't immediately release with any sort of vertical release. So if he stays in the block, this guy's kind of in no man's land potentially. So you've got to be able to see that, but know you've got all this field. So it's just a really cool job how they get there with the swap dagger up top. But as that post comes open, and you can see that post start to come open, Matthew's already on the run, right? So yeah, we'd love to get that. This in is probably going to be their second window. So not right there. Yes, right there. But again, we're already running. We're already moving. So maybe move and reset. It's a big ask. I think once you get Matthew Stafford moving off his launch point, the defense is going to feel pretty good about itself. But you can see, man, that's a lot of space. So maybe just better pass protection. And again, there's some serious violence right there. You want to play running back in the league? Thunder. Boom. Jesus. Reset, missed opportunity deep down the field. Hard to put on Matthew Stafford. More just the collective offensive unit of a missed opportunity for a big play down the field. But love the 3-2 swap. Dagger, big shot off play action. Just barely can't get it off. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Now, this is a silly, ridiculous throw. Awesome. Okay. But it also kind of sums up why maybe you don't see a lot of Matthew Stafford on this channel. Okay. So first thing I want to do is make sure I give it the praise that it deserves from the description. Not set up, feet lined up to the left, throwing a out or corner late on the sideline. This is a ridiculous throw. It is a special arm talent throw. And we're just going to appreciate the throw here. So from your feet lined up to the left to throw this ball down here to the bottom with that kind of torque, not being able to step into it with 2 guys closing in on you is straight up, earmuffs me here, straight up fucking special. It really is. It is. This is a special, ridiculous throw. And it's a strike. Now, the reason that I perhaps don't love it maybe as much as some other cats is that it's kind of a for who for what deal for me. And what I mean by that is I feel like Matthew Stafford has always had this ability that I'm going to call a weird ability to make these crazy difficult throws when he doesn't necessarily have to. Okay, so what I mean by that is I'm going to call these mirrored choices. Okay, so both these guys end up working in. Okay, it's a mirrored concept to me. It sure looks like he's working cup over here 1. So if this is 1, I would bet a lot of money this is 2. Pretty hard for most mortals to go 1, 2, 3 out all the way on the other side. Now he does here, and I've already told you it's a really special throw. But again, for who for what? If this is 1 and you don't like it, this is 2. Just throw the 2 to the same side, dog. Like, again, I get it that he makes throws that I would never in my wildest dreams attempt, let alone make, ever. But why? It's always been a little weird for me. And that's just honestly me being honest about it. And so when you just say, God, why don't we get more Matthew Stafford on the channel? It's because of stuff like this. Just throw the corner up top. No to cup, yes to the corner. It's a well-designed play. It all happens in the same line of vision. I mean, you're looking right there. No here, great. Yes here. As opposed to, we're going to pass on this to throw this when you don't know what's on the backside. It works, man. And when it works and the arm talent, it's really awesome. And it is. But so you can connect some of the dots as far as, is this consistent quarterback play that you can see from many other people that's fun to watch and learn from? It's fun to appreciate just how ridiculous of a throw this is. But to me, there's, just looking at the lower half, there's a lot of wasted movement. There's a lot of making life difficult on yourself. And that's a ridiculous throw. So it's all of the above. Next one here, 3rd and 5, balls on the 12, red zone 3rd down. Really nice design here. Quick snapping this thing, getting the ball to cup on an option or a choice out of the backfield. Excellent. They obviously have a really special connection. They're always seemingly on the same page. Watch how quickly they get this snapped. So they hide cup in the backfield, essentially working 47. I mean, look at the fucking separation. Look at the twitch here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Awesome job. So I think you really got to appreciate the entire operation here. So let this thing go a little bit longer than I normally do on the edit just to watch the operation of how quickly they get set here, right? So we've got the bunch down here to the bottom, kind of a wide bunch. We've got cup in the backfield. We got a big guy out here running a corner. The only thing I would say normally, and this is not defensive line school or defensive coordinator school by any means, but when teams try to hide their stud in the backfield, I never understood why defenses don't have auto checks to chip the hell out of this cat. So they're always chipping defensive ends. Why don't defenses knock the hell out of this guy? That's just my personal thing. I'm always on the kind of looking side eye at. But man, this is beautiful design. Quick snap, hide formation F in someone, one-on-one on the backer type, and that's way too easy. That's as easy as you'll ever see on a third down in the red zone, third medium. Really nice. Love the base there from Matthew Stafford. Much more calm. You know, again, he's got all the arm angles, all the clubs in the bag for sure. But you can see he knows exactly where he's going with this ball. Lined up to the left eventually. See him lined up. Just drop that thing down right on his face. Outstanding third down offense. So next one here, a little bit of a situational ball call. It's 3rd and 9 from the 9, 11 seconds left to go, end of the first half. And we got no timeouts. So it's either a touchdown or nothing. We're going to kick a field goal if we don't get it. We're going to get hit with what I'm used to calling 4 weak or a side adjust situation. Now, I think the outcome is not the end of the world. Fade, give your guy a chance. The reason it's on here for me is not only the pass protection, I think gets a little effed, but the process here with 15 on the perimeter also doesn't look smooth. So the first thing and the easy thing to see is that this guy does not run off the ball. So he looks like he thinks he might be getting the ball like right at the line of scrimmage, because we get what we're going to call 4 weak here with this weak safety coming down, and he's unblocked, but he's coming from the heavens. So we have a little bit of time. So the offensive line is going, they should be going these 4 and this one. And then the back looks like he's coming across for his dual 1 to 2 to scan. Okay, well, if 1 blitzes, then that scan's not going to happen most likely. So we're going to be hot off this guy. All that really matters for us on this video is this guy is the free runner. This guy looks like he's not on the same page with the quarterback. So if he's on the same page with the quarterback, Matthew would catch this thing and just put it on him. And then you got to make somebody miss. Now, that's not a great play on 3rd and 9 with no timeouts, right? Because if you get tackled, it's over. So the fade is the correct play throw. Now, you'd really love to have a post on because there's nobody over there. But regardless, the fade is a good answer. You just got to run it. You can't lollygag like you don't know what the hell's going on out there. And then we'll talk about the pass pro from the end zone. But just watch that wide receiver up top. They're just not quite on the same page down here. You know, he's looking the whole way, almost like he's anticipating like a nothing burger back shoulder. And then essentially it's a half throwaway. Now, pass pro wise here, it doesn't help either. So the offensive line is going to 47, the left. So the center is going right here. So essentially these two right here. We'll go one-on-one right here. On the backside here, I think in normal pass pro world, you would want the bigs on the bigs. So what I mean by that is the guys who get paid to rush the passer, they normally should be blocked by the offensive lineman, and you'll let the second level types, the linebacker types, be blocked by the back. So some teams have different rules where once those second level players walk up into the first level of the defense, the rules change. So essentially they can just destroy the play. Now, I personally think that that is not the case when you're in gun. Under center, rules change again. Again, this pass pro thing is not easy to understand. Okay, so in gun, don't love a squeeze. Doesn't really matter what I love. Right here, they're squeezing this. So the guard comes down. Now, the tackle still goes out. That really puts this guy in a tough spot because now he's coming across thinking he's going to block the linebacker who gets picked up by the squeeze, and then he's got to take a defensive tackle. Again, you can see the breakdowns. When you have multiple breakdowns on one play, it's going to be really hard to be successful as an offense. So there's the squeeze by the right guard. See the late squeeze by the right guard? Boop, got him. Now watch the back try to block a defensive tackle. That's a bummer. That's not the matchup we're looking for, coach. Matthew throws a fadeaway. Field goal. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notification. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member. Link is in the video description. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you, so hop over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, Let's get back to it. Next one here, massive touchdown coming out early in the third quarter. Cup going in motion, essentially just dropped. The corner down here to the bottom looks like he gets confused coverage-wise. He's the only guy playing man. His area of zone gets exploited. Nice catch. Do not miss a layup, and that is as easy as it ever gets. I mean, for that guy to be that wide open, something's got to be missed on the back end. Nice job from Matthew again. These are not easy throws, especially when you're that wide open. That's actually a really nice job of keeping him on stride. Nice catch, making it look easy. But just watch the corner down here to the bottom versus the number one. He's running a hook. He's the only guy playing man or tight match coverage, right? Everybody else looks like they're dropping to zones. Got the flat defender getting wide. Now, if for some reason, kind of how this thing normally works is, if for some reason this is like some sort of match or man, and he's got him man to man, and everyone else is kind of zoning this thing off, these flat defenders will usually have flat to wheel, meaning that you got anything to the flat, but if there's not anything there, and the number two runs a wheel, you got to carry that. Now, that's not what I would imagine is happening here. I would just say this guy loses his mind. Like, he gets locked in pre-motion, and this is what motion does to a defense. He's locked in. He's on the backside of a 3-by-1. He's thinking, oh, I got this man-to-man. Well, now it gets to a 2-by-2. They probably check the coverage, check the call over here. They don't communicate it, and now he's still playing man, and this guy's running free up the sideline. So, again, example 8 billion about how motion can confuse the defense. Not sure it should confuse you that much, but that's a big-time touchdown. Excellent vision from Stafford seeing it. Nice catch from Cup. Love the aggressiveness to let it rip. Don't miss a layup. You can see there's lots of good here. Make it look easy. Big-time touchdown play. Just a backbreaker for Washington. Wow. Next one here. I put this play on here just because I feel like this play is becoming more and more popular in the league. It's very similar to what I think of the Debo lollygag touchdown this past weekend. It's just a different way to attack the flat. And so it's just a little bit more stretch with the horizontal motion. So it's incorporating a few different layers that a lot of teams are using nowadays to still get the same kind of spacing on these keepers or nakeds. So at the snap here, what I'm talking about is the motion across here. We see teams do that all the time, right? The Rams have been on the front edge of that for a long time. When I'm saying keeper naked game for all these West Coast teams is there almost universally is someone in the flat, someone in the over, and someone deep. So they get there just in a non-traditional way. So this horizontal motion then turns into this like slow rail or wheel. That's the flat. Then we get the over coming from down here on the over. We get the number one to the corner. So they're still getting the same spacing that they traditionally get, right? Deep, over, someone in the flat. But they're just getting there with a different way, incorporating this horizontal motion. Now it looks, I would say, like a normal traditional football play when the guy doesn't jog. But again, I recognize it's my issue, not their issue. Right here, though, you can see the Rams utilizing the same damn play. Right? So flat. You see Cup coming out on the late flat if he can get off the ground. Flat, over, corner. Just really nice job again of utilizing the motion, what they do in the run game with their naked keeper game, stretching the defense horizontally, easy completion, first down. Next one here, start of the fourth quarter. This is a beautiful little drift down here to the bottom. Love Stafford hitting his back foot, getting this thing up with a little bit of anticipation. They catch a little 5-person pressure, playing 3-zone behind it. 17 doing a great job finding that soft spot with the drift. Watch Matthew put his foot in the ground, that hit that back foot. Boom. You can see 17 coming out of this thing to the right. That's a big hole. Right on him. Outstanding. So excellent vision. Nice play call. Nice design. Catch middle field closed. These drift seam alleys are going to be really nice. There it is. Again, they're going to vacate a zone here. They're going to go essentially 3 under. 3 deep. Going to have a lot of space if you can block it up, especially when you have something underneath here to hold that kind of curl to flat player and just take advantage of this area right there. And again, quarterback-wise, love the decisiveness from Stafford. Hit his back foot, no wasted movement. The ball is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No hitch, on the body, on the break. Excellent play. Again, throwing it on second and short. Also love getting into the play that you like versus this look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And again, watch Stafford's head. We're getting spider cammed here a little bit, but you can see the ram horn looking to the left right there. He's looking to the left. He's moving 57. The backer right inside the right hash. Moving him and then wrapping it right around him. Awesome. Really well done. Next one here. This is one of those Stafford specials. Okay, so one of those things where I acknowledge the fact that this is a special arm talent throw. It's also probably not how I would recommend or, want to play the position, if that makes sense. Yes, it's a fadeaway. Yes, it's an absolute dot. The dude has unbelievable arm talent. This is great vision. They almost pick up the pressure. You get a free runner through the A gap, which you almost never want. But look at this ball. I mean, where does this ball hit him? In the face? just appreciate the throw and the location. We're fading away to the left, backpedaling, hot, double move to a running back, hit him in the face. I mean, this is a world-class throw. It really is. It's awesome. Now, walking through exactly what this is, though, to me, again, it's just one of those things where I acknowledge the fact that it's a great throw. To me, it's not totally sound football. Right here is the double move. Okay, so he's coming up. You can see his eyes turn back, and then he's going to go up the field. Now, the thing that I love that Stafford does here is he bails away from the free runner, because this is going to be the free runner right here running through the A-gap. Now, he's coming from a little bit of depth, so you have time, a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. And this is a dot, straight up dot. Now, as far as the soundness of the protection, they get a little trick-effed, the offensive line unit. So 5 people in the pass protection. That means that they're going to be blocking the 5 most dangerous. Usually, I'm saying, and that's in universal terms, usually when a 5th defender walks up to the line of scrimmage, that's who they will be going to. So those are the 5 that they're going to right here on the line of scrimmage. Okay, now when this backer blitzes, he's a free runner. From depth, they're going to let him go through the A-gap. So the quarterback has got to beat him. Now, I think most systems would want you to throw hot to that side. So for me here, that would be this player right here, a little hot, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a peak hot. It can be a vertical hot. It can be something. That's where kind of, I would say, universal football would go. Matthew Stafford not looking over there. Now, the offensive line does a really nice job of trying these 2 players, the left guard. They set to fan. You can see that they set out here. When this guy drops off and he runs with one of those routes because they've got 3 eligibles out to that side, you can see the left guard come back into the center and the center almost be able to come off. He's just a little slow picking up the blitz. So there's a lot of things to love here. Again, I think the easy throw would be just to a hot down here to the bottom, to the number 2, to the tight end. But, I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that, once you get past that bumper motion, we're throwing a double move versus a hot free runner, and it hits him in the face. I mean, it's fucking awesome. It's an awesome throw. But just imagine if we raised up and threw the hot down here to the bottom. And again, I know I got all the answers with the clicker and the marker days later. Appreciate the throw. Just looking to give your as many quarterbacks as possible an understanding of all the different tools that are available at the line of scrimmage. Now, again, watch the left guard. See him set to fan, then come back. And then the center is just a tick late, getting back to 57. So they got you on the pressure. Good for them. Matthew Stafford gets them with the drop and the accuracy, and we can't catch it for him. Next one here, 3rd and 9, touchdown pass to the bottom, number 2, running kind of an angle corner. This is a quarters beater or a box beater out of bunch. All it is curl flat with a corner. And it's a really nice throw. Again, good pass protection, nobody around him. Great torque, beautiful dot. I mean, right in stride, make it look easy. Really nice design. So where the touchdown is going to go, right here on what I'm going to call this angle corner. It's just a corner route. Set it to the back pylon. How this thing works, though, is you're going to get a curl or a hook with this flat. And again, the read here is really, what does this corner do? Okay, so if that corner drives or plays the hook at all, you know you can lay this corner out here. If the corner were to get depth and take that corner away, then you just play it off the flat defender, curl flat. So a nice kind of high-low, reading multiple defenders. Watch that corner down here to the bottom. Read this thing out. See him settle on cup right there. It's touchdown. Got him. All that space. Really nice route. Again, an absolute dot. When Matthew Stafford is rolling and he's throwing absolute lasers, pinpoint accuracy, hard to handle. Really nice job. Great torque. Dot. So that is a wrap. Matthew Stafford, obviously playing at a really high level. Dude was spinning it all over the place. There are some throws that the arm talent, it's just, it is what it is. It's that special. He's able to do things that I don't think most quarterbacks would even attempt. You know, things that I think are just kind of out of this world, really cool. That first rep where he's shrugging someone, no-looking someone, coming back. There are some times, though, where he maybe takes it to an extreme, where he's almost doing things that are unnecessarily difficult. Now, when it works, like it worked in this one, it's awesome. And it still is awesome. Just because I wouldn't do it or I wouldn't recommend it doesn't mean that it's not awesome. Okay, so don't freak out or come sideways at me. But understand, it's hard to duplicate. It really is. And I don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone. Now, it's fun to mess around with, you know, if 7-on-7, those types of things. But to say you're going to shrug, look off, rip on third down, that's awesome. It really is. It's awesome. But to say that you're going to look one way, play one way, keep your feet that way, and then rip a corner on the backside, outside the numbers, deep on the sideline, not great. Tough to replicate, I would say. But man, he's spinning it all over the time. And again, with the weapons that he has, in the system that they have, with so many choices, options, and the trust with his guys on the perimeter, it's pretty fun to watch. It really is. We'll see what this Rams team does as these games become more and more important down the stretch, but I'm interested to see more. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.